Ooh, what's up? What's happening? Welcome to another edition of the Short Porch presented by Barstool Sports. I'm your host, Ups. On the other side of the laptop, Tommy Smokes, Tom Scabelli, TJ on the ones and twos. Marty's out golfing in Seattle or something and betting on teams and watching them get no hit. So it's me and Tommy today. TJ producing. Yankees. I think it was a really good series for them. I think it's the best they've looked overall at every facet: offense, defense, fielding, pitching. Lot to be encouraged about. Bummed to not get the sweep. Really would have been the icing on the cake and like the ultimate statement. But I really think they look good. Happy to have 2 of 3 here. Obviously, want more. More concerned kind of about Gio's knee right now. We'll get into it all. Tommy, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, that was a great series. We've been down on the team, obviously, more so earlier on. But having the series that they did a sweep, I really would have been about to say, like, this team's special. Watch out. But still, like, that first game was awesome. Like, that first inning, answering with the home run, Giancarlo after Bregman shot and everything. Like, it was a good series where the Astros are, not the team they used to be, but they're still a solid baseball team, better obviously than like the Tigers and Orioles that they've been playing. So to like have a good showing against a good team like that and have some big moments like Giancarlo looking hot. Or are you looking at me weird, Hopes?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking at me like I was about to say something crazy.
No, I'm just reading.
I just think it was overall a good. It was a statement series. The starting pitching was good. The bullpen was not today, but Chapman is like just ridiculous. Giancarlo tear like that. This was a really fun series of baseball.
Yeah, for sure. The starting pitching continues to be excellent. I believe coming into today, and that definitely the number dropped after Cole's start. I want to say they had the starting pitching ERA of the year was like 3.6. And for a while, that was still in the 4s, despite how good Cole was. And now everyone's kind of doing their part. So, I mean, sorry, Nate just texted me. Domingo was good on Tuesday. Montgomery had 1 bad inning on Wednesday, but really ended up with 6 innings, 3 runs, thanks to White Sox Dave's just mocking him with a tweet. And then he was like mocking him and he hits the Astros hat off him. And then there were no hits after that tweet. So shout out to him. But yeah, everyone's starting to come around here. Bullpen today really blew it. Green was terrible. Justin Wilson, they just have too much faith in, and they got to stop putting him in these spots. He's very low on my trust tree. But I mean, the story of the week is Giancarlo Stanton. Giancarlo Stanton, this is, and you tweeted this a few times, this is exactly who the Yankees traded for. And you saw it obviously in the postseason last year where he was carrying this team. But now he's a 12-game hitting streak. Pretty much ever since he's become the 2-hitter, just like has a whole different approach to the play, not really swinging anything bad. Everything is hit on the screws. You just can't pitch to him if you throw him if you miss any part of the plate to him, he's just going to absolutely destroy the baseball. He's locked in. I'm so happy for him. I told people early in the year, stop booing this guy. Like literally, like he is a good baseball player. When he is healthy, he helps the team so fucking much. He's playing an MVP, like on an MVP level, on a godlike level right now. And it's so fucking fun to watch.
Yeah, this is the tear you want. Like when they traded for him after 2017, he has the 59 home runs. This is the tear that you expected. This is the guy you traded for, the reigning NL MVP. I was trying to think, it's probably the hottest Yankee hitter I've seen since, Judge in 17 had his
Judge was hot. Judge had a pretty good 10-game stretch last year.
Yeah, but it wasn't like this. Like Judge 2017, I feel like had unconscious stretches. Last year was a good stretch. I don't know if it was quite like this. Like otherwise you might go back to like 07 A-Rod when he had like 54 home runs. Like remember early that season? And
yeah,
but it is like, and I'd like another week of it or so because that A-Rod basically did it for a full season. But this is just so he's must-see TV every time he gets up.
Yeah, he coming into today, he had 3 hits. He had 17 hits in 6 games. He only had 1 today. He was robbed of the second one to end the game. He was only the 4th Yankee since 1961 to have 17 or more hits in 6 games. I believe the list was Dave Winfield, Bernie Williams, and DJ LeMahieu. So pretty good company there to show you just how hot he is at the plate.
Yeah. Like what's encouraging about it is it's not just home runs. Like that's obviously been our knock on the Yankees is home run or bust, home run or strikeout. he's hitting home runs and he's also ripping singles. He's going 3 for 4, 3 singles. Like he's just mashing the baseball.
Yeah, just look at the at bat Wednesday night in to add on one more run at the end of the game where he just fights off a pitch inside's outs it and had the shift so no one was playing at second and it goes right through. And normally like I don't know, I feel like old Giancarlo just doesn't try to do that. So this is I say old Giancarlo, just like struggling Giancarlo because MVP, he's won an MVP in his life. Like he's fucking a really, really good hitter. It's just fun to see him just out there relaxed and just completely in control of every single at bat. And basically, if you pitch to him, you're a fool. Especially with, Judge Judge had a really weird series. These 7 straight strike.
Judge owes Giancarlo like a steak dinner. Like nobody was talking about how he struck out. Was it 7 straight at bats or 7 straight?
Yeah.
Like that got so under the radar because pretty much every single one of those plate appearances was coming off like a Giancarlo home run, or rip single, where everyone was just riding that high and like not even paying attention to Judge.
Yeah, and I'm not worried about Judge like coming. He had a ginormous series against the Tigers. Obviously, you wish he did against the Astros too. But his numbers this year are excellent still. Just a bad series. He'll get it going against the Nats, I'm sure. But DJ had an uncharacteristic over 5 today. That was odd. But yeah, a lot to get into here. This series was so action packed, and it certainly lived up to the hype. Something that's also lived up to the hype: Peter Millar. And we saw them working with foreplay a ton. I've always strived for them to work with the short porch. Didn't even think they were thinking about doing that. And all of a sudden, we just get the email, "Hey, we're coming on with baseball." I was like, oh, that's unbelievable. And they've got polos. They've got Polos. They have these awesome quarter zips. Excellent golf material. Obviously, they work with foreplay, but rock the Yankees short porch and on the golf course. And these quarter zips are going to be great when it gets a little chilly out at night or whatever. Just rock it on. They're electric. And with baseball underway, obviously. They're stepping up in a big way. They've got logos from all 30 teams, although I imagine you want a Yankees one if you listen to this podcast. But they got everything you want. At their entire MLB collection, you visit petermillar.com/shortporch. Everything is so nice. Have you gotten yours?
Yeah, it's awesome. And I think maybe people think, oh, Peter Millar, that's golf clothes. You need to be a golfer to buy Peter Millar. That's not
definitely not. No.
Not the case. This is, like you said, chilly summer nights, breezes and stuff. And obviously they have summer clothing as well, but for the quarter zip and stuff. Peter Millar, they get everything. It's cool looking, it's comfortable. Cool looking and comfortable. If you could be both of those things, I will wear it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's light too. It's not like a heavy clothing, whatever. I actually wore it to example of not on the golf course. Me and my friends, we try to do a nice steak dinner every 6 months or whatever.
I do the same. And who is Marty makes fun of me for that?
No, I don't think that's weird. We just get fucked up and then we go out to dinner.
Have you heard me? Next time he's on, let's circle back. But I feel like I've said that to Marty.
Well, he doesn't have friends.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Think about all of his friends are from Barstool, right?
Wow.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, no. So you might be onto something.
That definitely factors in here. But anyways, we had a nice steak dinner.
Can we? All right, Mark. There's no way. Obviously, Marty's going to listen to this episode. Nobody tweet at him or anything. Next time he's on, let's confront Marty and ask him if he has any friends. Because I said something like that. Me and my college friends will like to do a steak dinner or something, or a nice Italian restaurant. Maybe get some cigars. And he'll say it's so weird. You do that. What? This is a normal ass. That's an adult manly thing to do.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him with friends.
Clear memories of him making fun of me for getting dinner with friends. He thinks it's weird that I get dinner with friends.
We know why.
You haven't heard this yet. No, he has no friends.
Now we know why. But yeah, what I was saying is I rocked the Peter Millar Yankees blue polo out to dinner, and I fit in so perfectly. It was just the perfect thing to wear. But yeah, so Peter Millar is great. Back to the Yankees here. I guess we can start with today's game because it's so recent and people can listen to this. So Cole was good. He wasn't 10 strikeout Cole. He described himself as a game of chess today, kind of just working his way, through that lineup. Didn't have, the elite swing and miss stuff. Was only able to go 7 and only. I mean, like, we'll perfectly take that. And some people want to go 8. I don't think he had it in him to go the 8th inning. He seemed like he was emptying everything in that top of the 7th. After Alvarez took him deep for the second time. But nevertheless, another good start. It is weird, though, that the Yankees are 4-3 in his starts. That is a little alarming, no?
Yeah, I actually didn't even realize that stat was the case. I mean, obviously, it's not his fault. Like, he's been unbelievable.
Right. He was only bad. He's only been bad in one start, and it's like, wasn't even that bad, but it was opening day.
His bad is what you would sign up for in every other start in the Yankee rotation. Like, it is crazy the Yankees have a pitcher, a true ace now, that's so good where we're nitpicking over a start where he went 7 innings and allowed 2 runs.
Right. But I'm not. I was just like, some people want him to go 8, and that's where the bullpen blew it. But like, I was perfectly okay with them taking him out of it.
After he gives up that homer in the 7th, that you no problem taking him out in the 8th.
Yeah, no doubt. What was I gonna say? Clint, big, nice homer today. Hopefully gets him going. They did take him out for defense. He had that weird interaction with Spike Lee, and it seemed like almost he was getting yelled at by the dugout to like just stop talking to like fans or whatever. But good to see him at a homer.
I have a problem.
Okay, go.
But this is a problem with the Yankees having a great pitcher like Garrett Cole. Usually, I'm watching a Yankee game. If I got to take a dump, I'm going to go when the other team is up because I don't want to miss the Yankees get up. When Garrett Cole is pitching, I like to watch him pitch. So I take my dumps when the Yankees are getting up. And I didn't want to go like when Giancarlo was up. So I went in whatever inning it was that Clint hit a home run. He was like the bottom of the lineup. So I missed that home run because I was taking a shit. And that's the problem with having an ace pitcher is you might miss a home run or 2.
That's you know what? It's fair. That's fair. You got to pick your spots, I guess. And Clint hasn't been producing. And the bottom lineup's been bad. The top of the order has been good. The bottom line has been almost imaginary.
I'll give Aaron Hicks maybe coming to life.
Yeah, he's got what's that number star? Louis taking
3 hits today, the big hit.
He is hitting 9 for his last 20.
Yeah.
After going hitless 4 games before that. So yeah, he's hopefully coming around. Righty Aaron Hicks, although today was lefty, but sticking allergy bill live on the shows. My allergies are horrific. What were we getting at? Oh, Clint. Yeah, so Clint hit a nice opposite field homer. In a moment with Spike Lee. That was interesting. I'm curious if he was getting yelled at or whatever. But nevertheless, I mean, they had a lead. They had a lead going into the 8th inning. It's all you can ask for. Get 6 outs from this bullpen, and Chad Green just did not have it. Walked the leadoff guy. Then there's that ball to Gio. Sharp hit to Gio. Makes a nice play to save basically probably would have been an RBI double. Holds it to an infield single. His throw goes awry. Ford was really good defensively all game, except for that play where he definitely should have focused on just blocking the ball instead of trying to make a scoop. Because I think the runner was probably going to beat it anyways. That allows the runner to get to third. And then there's a strikeout. And then, of course, Jose Altuve comes up, and he's been ridiculed all series, as we'll get into on Tuesday and Wednesday. And he comes up, the birthday boy, that little prick, hits a fucking 3-run homer off Chad Green, a high fastball that just he was ready for and jumped on it. I think Justin Smythe on Twitter said that's the first time Green has given up a homer on that pitch in his career. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it sucked. I mean, it just took the wind out of everyone's sails. Like it's like of him, of anyone, like fuck that.
It sucks it had to be him. Like even. It sucked when Bregman and Altuve are the 2 guys I hate the most.
Correa is over Bregman for me.
Oh,
I hate Correa more than any. I hate Correa more than some terrorists in the world.
Really?
I think he's a horrible. I think he's a horrible human being.
It's hard. Something about Bregman's face I just hate. He just looks so cocky.
The thing about Bregman that I like is I think he does feed off of the booze, and I can respect that. Like I think it literally did. Altuve, I think obviously it's 3-run homer today, but
Altuve, it's funny to laugh at because he crumbles more than anyone.
He literally I think he's truly affected by it all. Now, I mean, he hit the home run today. Whatever, it's it's one swing. Give him credit. Put a good swing on it, but. For the most part, I believe he is affected by all of this, where I don't think Bregman is. Carlos Correa is a fucking scumbag, gives the smuggiest interviews to the media during the scandal, after the scandal, before the scandal. Horrible. If he became a Yankee next year because he's a free agent, I mean, there's no way it would ever happen. They just wouldn't do it. But I mean, I would have trouble rooting for that guy. That's how much I hate.
If he played well, I could probably come around. But
they won't sign it. They won't even think about it though, because they won't. I mean, they would never.
Worth it. Good Corey Seager, but whatever.
Like no one in that locker room would literally welcome him to the team.
Yeah. They'd be like, it'd be just an.
It's an unimaginable thought. It won't happen. It's impossible to happen. But yeah. Altuve hitting the homer. Altuve hitting the homer. That was a kick in the dick. But
I don't want that like ending to tarnish like overall positive series.
Definitely, and that's why I'm kind of starting with this so we can talk about the good afterwards, and that be the basis of the show. A crazy moment though did happen in the 8th inning where Gleyber's on base, nice base hit. He just continues to look good at the plate, much better since basically getting called out for lack of hustle against the Braves. And then Hicks hits a ball up the middle that took a weird hop, bounces away from the second baseman. The shift was on Gleyber. Fucking heads up baseball. Like I don't think I've ever seen like a play like that. He scored an infield hit from first base. It was insane. And he just rounds second base, sees Bregman's there, knows no one's at third. The catcher, Maldonado, or whoever it was at the time, maybe it's McCormick Maldonado. I think it's Maldonado. Runs over to third to cover. Gleyber beats him and then decides, oh, well, this guy's in fucking catcher's gear. I'm going to beat him at home plate too. And the pitcher, Presley, just stands on the mound the entire time like a fucking idiot. And Gleyber just scores. It was one for a guy who's known for like terrible base running, like Gleyber, that's definitely not his strong suit. That was a remarkable baseball play by him.
That was awesome. That was one of the highest IQ baseball plays I've seen in like a long.
It had shades of Damon from 09. Yeah.
I was just about to say it reminded me of Damon, but even obviously lower stakes, but an extra base. Like he went first to home. Damon went first to third. It was like I had the game on in the office and we didn't have the volume on, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Like it was like so confusing. But yeah, I mean, like you said, he gets called out for lack of hustle. That's an ultimate hustle play, and also just like heads up baseball. I didn't
listen to the radio call of it, but my buddy was listening, and Sterling during that was literally just like, what is happening? And the funny, Nevin held him up. Nevin told him to stop at third. Nevin's had a weird year. He's made some bad calls, I feel like, with sending guys and not sending guys. And I don't know. I think he's being a little gun shy now because he's gotten thrown out. You know, like there was that Judge play or whatever. There's a few plays where he's botched. So he told Gleyber to hold up, but Gleyber kept going. Heads up baseball by him.
I weirdly don't care about what Phil Nevin does at third base.
Yeah,
I just want Phil Nevin to be Phil Nevin.
Yeah.
Like I forget that he actually has like a job to do.
Responsibilities.
Right. Like they they should maybe just replace him and make him like supervisor of morale.
Manager.
Like UNC or manager. Yeah, just give him a role in the team at some sort. But now that I think about it, yeah, he probably shouldn't be making any meaningful decisions. I just want him like rallying the troops.
No, he's usually pretty good. This year he's been interesting. But yeah, that holding him there was wild. But heads up play, and Presley, I don't know what you're doing as a pitcher. Like you had so much time to cover one base there, and he just refused to move off the mound. It was very impressive incompetency. Unfortunately, though, fucking top of the ninth, and the bottom of the ninth, the Yankees have Gardner, who would come in for defense. Gardner, DJ, Giancarlo. So we're talking 1-run baseball game, and Presley's going to be out there for a 2-inning save. I like our chances. And, of course, Justin Wilson comes in and just was not good at all. Gives up a 2-run homer to Maldonado. He's at a 7.04 ERA now on the year. Pretty much the only like consistently bad reliever we have. So that sucked. Like,
I thought he would be way better this year. Like when they got him back, I was like, all right, nice. Like he's not dominant or shut down, but I thought he'd at least be reliable.
Yeah. I trust Sessa way more than him. Why they don't know what to do with King. They just have no idea.
When's the last time Michael King pitched?
The last time he's pitched? I don't know.
Is it that Friday against the Rays? No, we got to be.
No, I think he came in. Did he come in?
We have to be forgetting something.
April 28th against the Orioles.
Oh, okay. In Baltimore.
Came in for 2 innings in a 7-0 game. So he hasn't pitched in 9 days, 10 days, something like that.
And that's the only time he's pitched since
they just don't know how to use, like, the guy hasn't given him a run this year. Can we use him in bigger spots?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? I just don't understand that. I would have used him over Wilson today. I got hindsight's 2020, but I just have no trust in Wilson. So no trust in this stuff right now. He has been very inconsistent this year. Cess has been very good, and he's been good for a little while now. And it's time he gets some more credit. Justin Wilson probably the lowest on the totem pole in terms of trust tree. I'm not going to do a whole trust tree right now, but I think he's like the last guy for me.
Probably gotta be.
Yeah. So that's a shitty loss. Well, let's talk about the good though. Before we talk about the good, I want to talk to you about our friends at nuts.com. Nuts.com. It's the best kept secret of savvy snackers across the country. They're just good with their you can just always count on nuts.com to produce just great snacks, great nuts. They've got over 4,000 products to choose from. That's a lot of products, Tommy. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, that's an overwhelmingly amount of products. 4,000?
I didn't even know you could add that many products.
I simply did not. And it has to be some sort of record.
Yeah.
But they've got delicious, healthy kid family snacks like dried strawberries and custom trail mix. I love strawberries in any fashion, dried or not. But look at that. Perfect.
Trail mix is like an underrated snack. Like trail mix is not something I always seek out. But like when I see trail mix, I'm always like, oh, trail mix. Like I gotta eat that. Like I gotta eat trail mix. I might start seeking out trail mix more. I might just get like in my snack closet some trail mix from nuts.com.
Yeah, I might have to as well. Nuts.com, they're just not just for nuts lovers though. Don't be deceived a little bit. It's your one-stop shop online pantry. And they've got everything you could want. They got plus all the raw, organic, roasted, salted, and candled nuts that you can imagine, even chocolate dipped, which chocolate dipped nuts. I mean, that's fantastic. Their easy navigate website has great photos of the products from Mush because he can't read any words. They've got a family run.
Can't read.
No friends, can't read. Just got nothing going for him. Can't gamble, right? But they're a family run business that takes pride in getting you the freshest, stuff for your pantry. They're the one-stop online shop. And right now, new nuts.com customers get free shipping on your first order when you text Barstool to 64,000. That's 64,000. So text Barstool to 64,000, get free shipping on your first order from nuts.com. That's Barstool. You're texting Barstool to 64,000. You're going to get free shipping on your first order. And of course, terms apply, available at nuts.com/terms.
I'm looking at the website right now and I am getting pretty hungry. I think I'm going to throw something out there. I think eating nuts, specifically almonds maybe, is like a cool guy snack.
Yeah.
Just like casually, like having a little thing of almonds at your desk, eating them. Like that guy knows what he's doing. That's
definitely. That's a man right there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk some good. Start Tuesday. I think that was I was debating going. I seemingly asked everyone I knew to go to this game. And just finally found a buddy. Billy's was.
Hope he's not listening. what a ringing endorsement that is.
No. Jason, if you're listening, we had a great time. Billy's was bumping. I've been twice before to a game this year, but it's just tables, whatever. But this time, like, there was just an atmosphere and like a liveliness to Billy's, which you usually get for like a big game, obviously. And this was a big game. And it was they're now doing seating at the bar along with tables, which is nice. Just more added seating there. But yeah, once you got in the stadium, the atmosphere was just like it's just 10,000, 11,000 pissed off human beings who wanted nothing but the Astros to just get what they deserved. It was awesome. Just everyone united in one, except from the random Astro fans spread throughout the stadium. But it was really cool. And I always feel like I get asked, like, what's the coolest Yankee moment you've been to? And some people's like A-Rod's 3,000. Certain milestones with pitchers, all that, crazy games. This will be mine. Being at this game was awesome. From the jump, just booing the shit out of Altuve, Correa, Gurriel, Bregman, but it really was just Altuve though. Like Correa, I mean, Bregman hits the homer in the first inning, kind of like everyone's just fuck. Like, are they gonna like just pump us here? But then obviously Giancarlo answers with a 2-run homer from in the bottom half. They get another run Clint kind of kills the rally with a double play. It wasn't great. Does bring home a run, but we should have Felix scored 5 in that inning with how on the ropes Greinke was. But the crowd was awesome, especially after Giancarlo's homer. Domingo settled in. He was fine. 5 innings, 3 runs, 6 Ks. I'll take it from him. Wasn't the greatest of starts, but fine. No problem there. The game obviously swings on Bregman's 3-run error where he tries to make a play at third, throws it away. Then all 3 runners scored. I believe DJ got the hit there, or they reached on the error. Odor running home to score the 3rd run in that play collides with Maldonado. And I've seen the replay 100 times. I can't believe he didn't tear everything in his leg. Like it literally stuns me that he is fine. He's still probably, I think he did go on the IL. Or at least he's headed. I think he's on the IL. But it's not a tear and he should be back at some point, which is crazy. If you watch the replay, his knee literally just goes a different direction. Scary play. But everything was awesome. The atmosphere was crazy. Everyone around us. I was sitting down the first base line. It was awesome. Didn't matter if you were an 8-year-old kid. You were, 20-something years old like me. You're an adult. Like 50-year-old dad or whatever. You're going nuts. You wanted blood and you got some.
The fact that it was only however many fans there, 20%, 25%, whatever it is, and it still had the impact it is, tells you how much hate there was. And there's going to be a little part of us, obviously, that's always like, man, imagine if it was 50,000. Like I think, or Higashioka said he wouldn't have been able to hear when he woke up on Wednesday morning if it was 50,000. So, hey, maybe in the playoffs maybe in the playoffs, because by then it should hopefully be fully capacity.
That's actually how I ended the blog today. I was like, I have a feeling they're going to be making their way back here in October, and it's going to be crazy.
It seems almost like if there's a baseball god out there, it's meant to be. These two teams are meant to cross paths again in October, full occupancy at Yankee Stadium, no cheating, hopefully this time from the Astros, and just duking it out. But no, I mean, that was the most excited I've been for a regular season game since, probably Yankees Red Sox games back in 2009 or prior to that, when the rivalry was bumping mid 2000. But that it did not disappoint. And the first, as much as I hate that Bregman hit a home run, it almost added to the overall game that if you're a neutral fan, Bregman hitting a home run there is objectively makes the game better. Giancarlo answering, the Yankees win. Overall, it was a story. Like I said, I actually don't know. This is pathetic. The fact the Yankees haven't won in so long. I don't know if they still do World Series DVDs. I imagine not maybe hard copies, but
they do. I believe they do. Yeah.
But maybe you buy them wherever it is. If the Yankees won the World Series this year, that first inning will be on.
That first inning, after it ended, I turned to the people around in my area, and I was like, I was out of breath. That's just one inning of this. Holy shit.
Were there any chants in the crowd, maybe? Well, I guess you wouldn't know what got picked up on TV, but were there any random chants in the crowd that maybe people don't know?
No, I don't think so. And these 3 games, I think I was a little nervous that there would be some really bad things like fights and all that, violence of any sort. I feel like the Yankee fans were on their best behavior. In terms of how they could have handled themselves.
Yeah.
There was a potential that they
handle a little booing and a little fuck Altuve chants. Then, I mean.
Yeah. And by the way, anyone who, there was Dusty Baker. That guy's got to stop talking. I feel like the Astros players don't even.
I kind of feel bad for Dusty Baker. He's just dropped into this situation.
I mean, he knew what he was getting into, though.
No idea what to say.
But he knew what he was getting into when he agreed to come on as manager. Come on. But he keeps saying, he said a few times, I don't get why people were so angry still. Time has passed and there's only 5 guys from the 2017 team here. Those 5 guys are fucking Altuve, Correa, Bregman, Gurriel. Is there one more? Am I forgetting? So, Bregman, Correa, whatever. There's 4 or 5 guys that are the main culprits here. So, I mean, and Yankee fans haven't gotten their licks in yet. Yankee fans were well in their way, well deserved to just do whatever the fuck they wanted in the stands and scream whatever they wanted these players because they didn't get it in 2020. And even if, they said it was bad, it affected them, the boos, whatever.
Good.
There's 10,000 people. Like, you still got let off the hook through all this.
Yeah.
And you didn't get it last year. They couldn't have gotten off easier with this whole fucking thing. Cheated and won a World Series. This is the worst you get. They have to be thanking their lucky stars. This is the worst they got.
10,000 people were mean to you. Fucking spare me the tears.
Yeah. Awful. But like I said, Yankee Stadium, they did their job. That was electric. There was actually a moment, I think Brantley hit a homer on Tuesday, and it was up in like the suite area, and there was no one in the suite because obviously it's all spaced out. And some kid like hopped like 4 suites to go get the ball and couldn't find it. And everyone was just, so I guess that's one thing that probably wasn't picked up on TV, but like everyone was cheering this kid on to throw the ball back, and he couldn't find the ball for like 45 seconds to a minute. And then eventually another kid found it. It was like, oh, it's over there. It's not there. And then he chucked it back on the field. So that was like something probably wasn't picked up on TV. That was kind of funny. Yeah, they got the W. Big win to start the series. The double play in the 6th inning, turned by Gleyber and Gio. I believe that was on Tuesday, right? Not Wednesday?
That was Tuesday.
Yeah, that play. Gleyber, because of the shift and all that, they're shifted over. But Gleyber making a play like a second baseman, the toss, the footwork by Gio to make. Oh my God,
that was beautiful. Gleyber is at some point. I wouldn't hate if he hit a home run. That would not be.
It would be nice if he hit a home run.
Right, I wouldn't hate if he hit a home run, but the fact that he is the base running today, defensively hasn't been like as much of a liability. Like I said, he's making plays like that. Good for him that he's finding ways to contribute even when his bat isn't scorching hot.
Yeah, bats have been good. Obviously, the power is going to come. We know with Gleyber. I think that comes with confidence. The defense has just been really rock solid. This whole series, it was really good from him. That double play was big time. Because that ball could have been ticketed through the outfield, and then you're looking at maybe first and third or whatever. But that was a big play. And then right after the Yankees take the lead. So that was nice. And the bullpen was great in that game. Lasagna pitches well. Of course, he pitches well every time. It was a nice little victory there. Wednesday, Montgomery pitching with who was against Montgomery? Garcia. I genuinely never really seen this guy pitch or heard of him before. If I did, I just don't remember. But he's got some weird, wind up and all that. And it was fooling the Yankees for a bit. And then, of course, no one but Giancarlo Stanton hits another home run off of him. It's just, as we talked about at length, just how surreal the stretch has been. But homer after homer from this man, it's insane. And that being said, the Astros fight back in this one. It was way more of a game on Wednesday, obviously Thursday as well. Tuesday was more of a laugher, I feel like, or just the Yankees were just in control after the 6th inning.
Yeah.
With this game against the Astros on Wednesday, much more of back and forth. The Astros okay, hey, you're not going to push us over here. Montgomery does end up going 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, no walks, which is good from him, and 4 strikeouts. We call it a quality start in the business. So I'm going to take that for sure. If Montgomery gives me 6 innings, 3 runs every start, unbelievable. I can't ask for that more. If you give me 5 innings, 3 runs, I'll take it. But 6 innings, 3 runs is excellent. Giancarlo gets the homer, but yeah, like I said, they did get on Montgomery in that 4th inning. Defense kind of fucked him, and unluckiness. And it was himself. He was having trouble getting footing on the mound. I can't believe they started the game when they did. It was raining very hard in the first 3 innings, the first hour of the game. But Montgomery, whatever. They hit him a little bit there in the 4th, but he got out of it and he limited damage from then on. Fine, I'll take it. But in that 5th inning, Giancarlo comes up again, laces another double down the left field line. Like you said, not just home runs, just lacing doubles, singles, whatever you need. And then Hicks comes up with the big hit in the 8th inning with the bloop. Good piece of hitting. Just get, as a righty, Hicks, get the bat on the ball, drops it in there. Gleyber, really good base running again, reads that ball off the bat and scores, pretty easily. The throw came in, but he beat it by a mile. And that wasn't an easy play to read off the bat. So that was big. And then Gardner got a sac fly, and Stan got another hit, like we said, that infield it, inside out swing. But overall, that was a rock solid win. And Chapman comes in, and nothing better than to see Chapman set them down with 2 strikeouts. They ended the stare down. That was very cool. That's one thing I really wanted this series was to get a good Chapman save in there. We certainly got that.
He is just ridiculous. Like it's at a point now where Giancarlo is must-see TV on at the plate, and Morales chat like this is the most dominant I've ever seen a pitcher.
It's crazy.
Nobody has a chance.
Like no one. It's like he's throwing harder than I feel like he has in years. The splitter is still untouchable. The slider, they said this on the broadcast, if he has his slider going, like there's no point in even like stepping up to the plate. Like there's zero chance. He's been crazy. What are we at now with him? 20? Is it 26 strikeouts in 11 innings?
I mean, the fact that he's only gotten 7 outs, not by strikeout, is that's disgusting.
Wait, sorry.
And let's also shout out Johnny Loaisiga is a dominant reliever.
He's
the second
awesome.
best reliever on the Yankees right now.
Absolutely, and I believe my my trust tree showed that. I think I had him second. His changeup that he got Altuve out on, his whole decommissioning of Altuve in that bat was beautiful. And I believe did he strike him out twice? Oh yeah, was that the foul ball at bat? It was definitely a foul ball. Oh sorry, with a foul tip, right? Was that
one? He struck him out twice.
What?
He struck him out twice.
No, because remember what was the Gary? There was a play with Gary where the foul tip. It was a foul tip, and then Boone comes out there, and the umpire basically ruled us a foul tip only because Gary kind of like with his glove did like this, like damn, I wish I caught that. But if he doesn't do that, I think the umpire calls it strike 3 because he did swing and miss on the ball. Boone comes out to argue. I could be this could be the wrong at bat. I almost believe it was this one. Whatever it was though, it was funny because Boone comes out and the umpire goes, "Your own catcher said it was a foul ball," and Boone goes, "He's wrong and you're wrong." He just calls Gary out right there. He has no idea what's going on. It was very funny by Boone. But then they end up getting the guy out. But I forget if that was the Altuve at bat or not, but I think it was. But he gets Altuve just baffling on a changeup. His changeup is so elite. He throws 98. They figured out everything with Lasagna, and you have to give credit to Matt Blake for that. I think Blake has worked with him big time, and they finally found a good role for him as just this 7th, 8th inning guy who's just dominant. I wonder if he's going to consistently be this 8th inning guy. What happens when Britton comes back? Now we're still away.
When he gets back, for sure.
Yeah. But
I mean, also depend on like who pitched the night before, who's available. Maybe is if it's there's 2 out of 3 left. If there's lefties coming up in the 7th, maybe it's Britton to Loaisiga. I don't think they're going to have set roles necessarily, but I do believe Britton will resume being the number 2 guy as long as he proves he's still Zach Britton.
Yeah, sure. And also we're still a ways away from that. We're a good month away, I think, from Britton. I think he comes off May 31st. But I mean, the bullpen.
It's crazy that the bullpen has been this dominant without their second best reliever.
Yeah, and obviously there's the fear that they burnt him out, but I really don't think they have. Like you said, Chapman's only thrown 11 innings.
Yeah, no.
What? So wait, what's everyone else at? Let's see what everyone else's innings are. Why did I do that? I typed in just the wrong thing on the internet.
I got Loaisiga's thrown 18 1/3. Green has thrown 18.
Okay, that's a lot. I feel like that might be a bit much for Loaisiga.
Loaisiga's thrown 18 1/3 innings. Tyone, a starting pitcher, has thrown 22 1/3.
Yeah, so that's a lot for
not great.
Johnny. Chad's thrown 18. Although are they counting today? I don't know if this is up to date. Yeah, a few guys are 18, 17, but Cessa's like 13. Chapman's 11. King's 11. O'Day's obviously
9. I mean, he's been hurt, but
yeah, he's on the IL.
Yeah.
What was that again? Is he rotator cuff soreness? Or did I imagine that's what it was? I think it's something like that.
I was about to say. So if we're on the same wavelength, I'll assume that's right.
Yeah. What are your early thoughts about Wandy Peralta?
I mean, he's been fine.
Yeah. He came in a tie game yesterday. That was scary, but he did the job. Oh, sorry. That's what it was. Sorry. It wasn't Loaisiga's at bat with Altuve. It was the Wandy at bat that he struck the guy out twice. The foul tip.
Like when they got, when they made the trade, I was more just like upset that they got rid of Talkman to where I really
for sure
didn't pay any attention to like who they were actually getting back. It was like,
you weren't on the last pod to like talk about that. So if you have thoughts, I mean, he's been very good with the Giants. I feel like.
Yeah, no, like every time I go on Twitter, I see a highlight of Mike Tauchman.
He's like their 3-hitter.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
So I mean, I get it. Like, I wish they held on to him, but yeah, there probably wasn't room. But
Hicks is gonna. I don't know what's going to go on with Hicks, but I mean,
we were worried this whole time about, oh man, Brett Gardner's coming back is going to hurt Clint the most, and ended up fucking over Tauchman.
He fucked over Tauchman. They're exact same person for the team.
Wandy Peralta, like I said, I didn't even give him a second of thought, but I like looking at his numbers. He's not horrible.
No, he's not. And if you looked at his, Tauchman led off for them yesterday. Fucking A. If you look at Wandy's analytics, all of his like numbers are trending he will be pretty solid for this team. And they obviously
that's the thing is like you have to assume there's a reason the Yankees chose Wandy. Like of all the people in baseball they could have traded Mike Tauchman for, like I do trust where like look at Mike Tauchman, for example. Like they'll find these guys for a reason. So there must be something in Wandy Peralta.
No doubt. A little bit more to talk about on the show. Before that, though, I want to talk to you guys about Roman. Friends at Roman. They got Roman swipes. Roman swipes are fantastic. And most guys, they've tried different ways to last longer in bed. Thinking about baseball, it doesn't always work. Thinking about different things. It's sometimes tough to last long in bed. Roman swipes are going to try and help us out here. They're an online men's health company, Roman. They're changing the game with Roman swipes, the secret to longer lasting sex, which is ideally, we just want to please the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever you're doing there. And we'd, want to last a little bit longer. So Roman's going to help us out. Roman swipes are clinically proven way to last longer in bed. They're effective and they're easy to use and they're fast acting. And most importantly, for us lazy guys out there, they don't require a prescription. Roman can ship you swipes in discreet, unmarked packaging, and each swipes packet is small enough to hide in your wallet for whenever you need it.
Here's the thing. Like I know there's discreet packages. I don't even think it's embarrassing. Like you tell the girl like, hey, this is for you. Like
we are going to have a better time, most likely.
Like I'm doing this for you. Like I'm going to last longer for you. Like there's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I'm putting out for you. I want you to enjoy this.
Selfless.
Yeah. What a job by us. So, just be a better person here like we're doing and hop on the Roman swipes bandwagon here. They're super easy to use. Just take the swipes out of the packet, swipe it on, let it dry, and you're good to go. That's it. So go to getroman.com/porch. You can get your first month for just swipes for just $5 when you choose a monthly plan. So go to getroman.com/porch. Choose a monthly plan. Your first month of swipes, just $5. Can't really beat that. So wrapping up the show here, everything. So the Yankees, I believe after today still, they have the best record in baseball since Jay Bruce retired. So thank you, Jay Bruce. A hilarious stat. But it also has to do with, I think Mike Ford's just been – Mike Ford hasn't – now I know today he kind of fucked up. Like he should have blocked the ball. But he had 3 good plays before that, especially that 1-3-6 double play. No, sorry. 3-6-1 double play where it came back to Cole. That was cool. Good throw by Ford. He's just been way better at first base than Jay Bruce. Sure, he's basically done nothing at the plate. A few home runs here and there. Hit a ball in the screws today, like 101 miles an hour. The base loaded, just unlucky there. I think that was in the second inning. But he's been just much better at first. But the good news here, the even better news, is that Luke Voit's coming, and I can't fucking wait for Luke Voit to be here. He's going to receive a hero's welcome in his first at bat at Yankee Stadium, which should be next week, although they do go on the road. So he's probably, which I believe it's Tampa to start next week in Tampa, if I have that scheduled. Yeah, they do. On Tuesday, they're at Tampa, and then they're at Baltimore, and then they're at Texas. That's a fucking road trip. So they're not back at the stadium actually until May 21st against the White Sox. So that's probably that will be Voigt's first game back at the stadium, but he's gonna. I would expect him to debut for the season on Tuesday against the Rays. But I can't wait.
Like the Yankees are just getting the major league leader in home runs back. It gets slept on because it's like people are saying Luke Voigt's not a superstar yet or whatever, and you still just think. But like Luke Voit, for Yankee fans that know, like they know he's awesome. Like we know that we're getting back a stud, which is going to be a problem for the rest of baseball.
We're getting a guy back who should have been an all-star at some point in the last few years. Like he played at that level last year specifically.
Right,
he did an all-star.
Would have been a third.
Yeah, I mean, he's not just a home run hitter. Like, he has a very good eye. His OBP is usually pretty good. That's why they loved him. His defense has gotten extremely better since he debuted with the team, because then it wasn't so good. But he's worked his ass off to be here. He's hit a home run and a double. He's working out there AAA with Scranton. I mean, he's my guy. He's my favorite person on the team. So I'm ecstatic. And he just the spot of the lineup has needed a little bit of help. I feel the top half has been fine with DJ, Stanton, Judge, Gleyber, Gio. But the 6 through 9 has really struggled. That maybe Hicks 3 hits today, and obviously we said he's like 9 for his last 20. Fine, so that'd be 7 guys. But that 8-9 hasn't been ideal. It's Gary and Higgy haven't done a whole lot in the last few days, but Higgy, don't get on Higgy for like having a bad series, like hitting wise against the Astros, because that guy commanded the pitching staff, and he's done an excellent job since he's taken over. And this is a big reason, I think, why the pitching has gotten a lot better for this team. That's why they have the best ERA in the American League as a team. So don't get on Higgy.
No longer a coincidence. Like, people say, like, oh, it's really the pitch.
It's a comfortability thing. Like, I even at like the little league level, man, like throwing to a guy you just don't like I would struggle with that. You throw to a guy you're comfortable with, it's like playing catch with your buddy. It's just a different mindset sometimes, and that's.
They like to think like whatever analytics. Oh, you got to break it down. Like, there could be no human, but that's just a human thing. Like, sometimes you just like throwing to another guy.
That's a baseball thing that you cannot explain to a nerd. You just can't. Just can't do it.
Before we close, I have something I want to throw out there.
Yep.
And I know it's stupid and it's crazy. I kind of want the Yankees to sign Albert Pujols.
No. Oh, I thought you.
Listen, I know he's horrible. I know they have no need for him. But there's just something still in my brain where I'm like, oh, the Yankees get Albert Pujols. Like, I know he's bad.
He's got 5 homers this year.
Yeah, I think he's hitting 198. Like, he is everything the Yankees don't need. He is the type of hitter we yell at. I guess he actually would have. It would have been nice to have him maybe for the first month at first base instead.
For sure. And if Voit was out for another month,
right?
Then they'd probably shoot to the top list of contenders.
I still think it's a slight possibility, just if they want him to be a backup first baseman or something. But
I mean, Voigt's back on Tuesday.
No, I know. I said as a backup first baseman.
Does he even play the field anymore?
I don't know. I know nothing. I know nothing about his abilities.
I'll tell you right now.
He doesn't really have any, but I can't get out of my head the idea of Albert Pujols on the Yankees. And I know it's
he's actually played first all year. Huh. I thought he DH for them.
He played third base.
Yeah, I'm seeing that on the May 3rd. He played third base.
Huh. Has he announced that he's retiring at the end of this year?
No. I think he asked for his release. I think he just wanted to get off this team.
To go to a contender, probably.
Yeah, he's tired. He's tired of Mike Trout just not winning games.
The Angels aren't they like decent?
No, they started the year 7-3. Now they're 13-16.
Okay, but still not.
I mean, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They refuse to address their pitching year after year, and then they just are shocked when they get slaughtered.
Come win a ring. I actually don't even need him to play. I just like the idea of Albert Pujols on the Yankees. No, they won't.
I think he's going to end up in St. Louis. I would imagine he finished his career in St. Louis. No,
we can't DH there.
Oh, you're right. Fucking yeah. I guess there's actually no reason for him to go there.
Yeah,
because Goldschmidt's at first. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the cards. I'm going to say that. I don't think Albert Pujols could be a Yankee, but I've been wrong plenty of times.
I just was looking at his baseball reference today, being like, oh, man.
I mean, his baseball reference is hilarious of how good of when he was in his prime, it was the most consistent. Like, he would hit 330 every single year. He hit 35 to 40 homers or more and have 130 RBIs like every year.
I don't know why, but I think it was 03 at 359. And for some reason, that stat just always stuck with me. When I was a kid, I'd be like, Albert Pujols hit 359.
He led the league in hits, doubles, runs scored, batting average, and total bases that year. Didn't win the MVP, though. Who won the that Barry Bonds guy was pretty good.
Yeah. But still, I don't know.
Barry Bonds, what a weird Barry Bonds when he won that MVP He hit 341. His number. His OBP was 529.
Well, yeah, one year it was like, I think the next year was 610 or something.
But so here's the weirdest part of all this. High WAR, all that. 45 homers, only 90 RBIs.
Yeah.
How bad were the Giants that just didn't get people on? The Giants were pretty good.
We also got to think maybe like he got walked so much where he didn't really have opportunities to drive guys in.
Yeah, but I also think the only time that people were, but
and if there's a runner on second and first base is open, they're just going to walk him.
Yeah, but on the flip side, like if the bases were empty, no one's pitching him. Like they would just walk him. So I feel like when he did get pitched to, there would be people.
With nobody on base.
No, because then you just give him first and not have to worry about a run.
Well,
if first base is open, you give it to him. I'm saying like when he comes up with men on, that's when people were forced to pitch to him. And I feel like he would drive people in there. I guess you can word it both ways if you really think about it. But 90 RBIs was just a weird number to see. But Albert Pujols is awesome. I don't think the Yankees have use for him. But
no, they don't. Again,
you just want him because he's cool.
There's no logic to the decision. It actually would probably be an overall negative for the Yankees. That actually would certainly be an overall negative.
Yeah, like another righty too. Like,
yeah,
come on.
He's everything that's wrong with the lineup, but I just can't get it out of my head.
Okay, noted. A guy we might see here up here soon, especially if Clint and Gardner don't get their shit together. Now, Clint, we're Clint guys, and home run today, good. Had a good walk, a pinch hit walk on Wednesday, so maybe we're coming out of this. But Miguel Andujar is swinging a hot bat in AAA. He's healthy again, and maybe they try to use left field experiment bullshit with him. But I don't know. I think you're gonna hear his name rumbling around here soon because he's swinging a hot bat, and we know when that guy's right, he's a fucking menace.
I mean, it's tough because he is just such a liability in the field, but maybe he won't be.
Probably not. Probably be terrible. I guess so. Things to look for: Gio is MRI, nothing out yet.
First base for the past fucking month is what they should have been doing.
Yeah, true. We'll be on the lookout for Gio's MRI results. A little worried there with his knee, and that would certainly mean Andujar. They would, and then you have to hold your breath anytime the ball's at the third. But yeah, that would be an immediate Andujar situation. And if Hicks, who knows what's going on with him? He was laboring out there on the crazy play with Gleyber, the ball he hit. He barely ran the first with his knee, it looked like, and he was struggling out in the field. Could see Estevan Florial possibly come up. He's been a name of talk lately. And then that's really it in terms of roster movement. And, we got the Nats coming up here for 3 more to close out the homestand pitching matchups. Corbin against Tyone. Look to see Tyone build off his stuff. Scherzer Kluber on Saturday is a very fun matchup. Day game. And Joe Ross against Domingo on Sunday. You get Domingo on Domingo. So that's what you're looking out for. Fun series with the Astros. Good to take 2 or 3. Starting to look like a real baseball team again. Above 500. I believe still the best record in baseball since Jay Bruce retired. So he died for our sins. Let's keep it going. Let's get a nice little series win, maybe even a sweep this weekend, and keep the momentum rolling. It's good to note also the Red Sox lost to the Tigers yesterday. So like all the shit that those guys talk, the Red Sox fans, you lost to the Tigers. And you almost lost again today. They had to pull it out the skin of their teeth late. But I don't know. It's almost like they're gonna come back down to earth, like I said they would. Funny. That's the show. And we'll see you back here on Monday. Later.